So good evening dear students. Welcome to Fun with NCERT sessions. This is Deekam Pathak from Freewords Experiences. First of all, I'd like to thank the Government of Meghalaya and of course Innovation Hub, Shillong Science Center for making this session free for students. The aim of this activity-based workshops are to ignite the love for science and technology in students and to recommend the textbooks as published by the NCERT. Freebirds is a community of experiential travelers, learners and hosts connected by common purpose of enriching life through experiences. We bring to you domain experts to make learning fun and interesting. We are partnering with EduCult, a student community started with a mission to democratize learning in Northeast India. And kindly keep the link handy for all the sessions and follow Innovation Hub Facebook page to receive updates about these sessions and the schedule. And let me not take much time and hand over the session to Mr. Rupesh Mandal. So Mr. Rupesh, please go forward with the session.
Thank you, Deekam.
Hello. So sorry for interrupting. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Yes. Hello.
As per the schedule, it just take about 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Hello. Okay, so first and foremost, I would like to welcome everyone joining us now and also those who will be accessing this recorded session. We at Innovation Hub, Shillong Science Center, proudly present to you Fun with NCERT. Now, what is Fun with NCERT is that apart from the other workshops that we have been having for the past months with Freebirds, this is one of those series wherein we want to bring to you the attention of how much NCERT books can be fun. As you know, most of the basic concepts you will find in your NCERT books, but to be honest, it looks very, very boring to start with. However, with this session, we hope and wish to see that you actively participate in the experiments and activities provided to you by the resource persons. So without much further ado, thank you so much for joining in. Wherever you are, please, if you have any questions, you are always free to contact us. Please check the posters again for our contact numbers or the email address provided. Again, thank you so much, and I hope you have fun learning. Okay, and over to you, Sir Rupesh. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for giving me opportunity. Welcome all to this wonderful session that is Fun with NCERT, organized by Innovation Hub, Shillong Science Center and Freewords. So in today's activity, we are going to go through like a very basic topic, and we all encounter these kind of things in our day-to-day life. So today we are going to discuss about winds and storm. So let me introduce myself. My name is Rupesh Mandal. I am basically from Assam Don Bosco University. I am working as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. So let's get started. Let me brief some concepts about what are the things that we are going to discuss here. The first thing is that we are going to discuss here is about air. Okay, so we all know what exactly is the air. We can sense air. We know what is air, but let's try to understand the science behind the air. Okay, so just for the definition, air is the invisible mixture of gases that surrounds the Earth. Okay, it contains various gases like oxygen, nitrogen. Okay, and like we basically depends on any living organism basically depends on those gases to survive in nature. Okay, so this is the basic concept of air. So it contains a lot of things that we have that we cannot see, but we can at least feel the air. Then next is wind. So all these phenomena, what we are seeing, like wind, air, okay, those things are present in the nature. Those things we cannot see, but it has a lot of impact in the nature. Okay, so the basic thing is air. Then from air we can identify or we can understand about wind. So wind is a flow of gases on a larger scale, we can say. Okay, like air is a smaller quantity if we consider, whereas wind will be like it will be a cumulative or it will be in broader scale. Okay, it consists of huge or large number of those substances together form, and when it start flowing, we can say it is a wind. So on Earth's surface, it is basically the bulk movement of air. So what is wind? Wind is nothing but it is the bulk movement of air on the Earth's surface. And sometimes we classify wind as by their speed, by the type of forces they causes, okay, and their effect. Okay, sometimes we say that it's very windy outside. That means a huge volume of air is actually blowing from like one direction. Okay, sometimes we can say like there is a like decent amount of wind is blowing, like the environment outside it's very gentle. Okay, so all these things comprises of winds. The next thing that we are going to discuss about air pressure. Okay, so have you ever thought of like air is such a invisible thing, such a substance that it can have some sort of pressure? Yes, air, it is going to it is going to depict some sort of pressure in the environment, and that air pressure we can measure it in the form of atmospheric pressure. So let's try to understand what exactly is the atmospheric pressure. That is, atmospheric pressure is the force per unit area exerted on a surface by weight of an air above the surface. Can you imagine, like, does air have any weight? Okay, have you thought of like the thing that is invisible, air? Does it contain any weight? Yes, those things like gases, the molecules that are actually floating in the air, those things are also going to have some property of weight. So all these things when come together, it is going to give some weight. So the amount of weight by the air over any surface for any particular unit area, okay, so that defines the air pressure, or you can say the atmospheric pressure. Okay, so air or the pressure, like atmospheric pressure, that is the basic parameter with which we can identify, with which we can measure the air pressure or atmospheric pressure in an area by on any particular substance. Now let's go to some concepts on like the movement of air. We need to understand how the movement of air take place. Okay, so some points I have mentioned over here, like air always moves from high pressure zone to the low pressure zone. That means air rushes from a high pressure zone to a low pressure zone. Okay, so whenever there is any low pressure area that has been like in the atmosphere, so air from the high pressure, it will move to those low pressure zone. Basically, why this happens? Because greater the pressure difference, the wind speed will be high. So there will be some sort of gaps created when the air becomes lighter, when the pressure becomes low. Okay, so that will create some space in the atmosphere. So in order to fill that space, the air which is having high pressure, okay, or maybe from the high pressure area, those air is going to, or it start moving. So that particular phenomena is basically cause the movement of air. Don't worry, I have a very good animation for this also, okay, in order to make you understand. Next one is reason of wind movement. Again, the same thing, air and wind, it is more or less the same thing, but when we talk about wind, it is basically a larger context. So why the wind is moving? The pressure difference occurs due to the differential heating in different region. Okay, what is mean by this differential heating? This is nothing but when the sun is when it is a like daytime, so we have the sun, and sun has the heating property. Okay, from sun we are getting sun rays, so that will heat up the surface. Now you can understand in this way, like we have a land, okay, a empty land, okay, some land which may be covered with some green trees, okay, forest. So all these things have differential heating property. The area which doesn't have any sort of forest cover, it tends to heat quickly. And those areas which are basically covered with, suppose, water body or maybe forest, those areas tends to like heating will be quite slow as compared to the barren land. Okay, so when this kind of heating difference is coming, okay, so it will create some sort of pressure difference. So pressure, where exactly this pressure difference is coming from? Just because of this differential heating property. Okay, now when the heating occurs, okay, the warm air rises up and it becomes lighter. Okay, we can understand this with a very basic example, like when we start when we start boiling water, we can see some sort of smokes are coming or some sort of gases are coming out of that particular bowl. So what is actually happening? The lighter particles, once we start warming, the molecules are getting lighter and it is going above. Okay, so that concept here also it is applied in a larger context. Okay, so when heating up an area occurs, the air in that region becomes lighter and it moves up. So once the air becomes lighter, once it moves up, okay, so the area it actually covered, it becomes empty. Okay, so in order to fill that empty space, definitely the winds from the nearby area where the pressure is more, the wind starts flowing. So that's why we can say wind will be also flowing. Okay, so that's I mentioned in the third point that it creates an area of low pressure below the rising air, and because of that only the wind movement take place. Now let's move to the activity. Okay, so we will do one bottle experiment. So for this experiment, we need a transparent plastic bottle. Okay, we need a transparent plastic bottle. We need one piece of paper. Okay, then we will start the experiment. Okay, so as we can see here, we have this plastic bottle and this particular piece of paper. So the next thing that we are going to do is hold take the piece of paper and crumble it into a smaller ball like this. So we have that paper, and what I did, I just scramble this one. Okay, crumble this one it into a smaller ball so that I can put that particular ball inside this bottle. Okay, so as I said, it is a plastic bottle and a transparent one, but basically it is covered with some stickers and all. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do here is hold the bottle in this manner. Okay, and place this ball inside the mouth of the bottle. Okay, like if we are keeping this bottle, let me do one thing. I will make this ball a bit smaller so that it can go inside the bottle. Yeah, it is going inside the bottle. Okay, so if we keep like this, I can easily put this inside. Now, what do you think? If I am putting this paper like this in the mouth of this particular bottle, okay, and if I blow air, will it go inside? Like I can do it with my hand. So definitely, I can do by blowing some air through my mouth as well. I hope. Okay, so let's try this one. Oh my God. It just came out. Let me try once again. What is not going inside? I can do it through my finger with the help of finger, but while I am blowing the air, it is not going inside. Okay, so we need to understand this concept as well. Okay, you can also try. Just you need to take this kind of plastic bottle that is easily available, and just by keeping that particular ball, paper ball, on the mouth of this particular bottle, we just need to blow. But the problem is that it is not going inside. Why it is not going inside? Because hello, is it audible? Okay. So activity was not at all visible. Okay, okay. Now I think it is visible. Okay, okay. So here in this particular activity, what is the phenomena? Why that particular ball is actually not going inside? So when I used to keep this particular ball in the mouth of that particular bottle, okay. So when we used to blow air, some sort of air will also go inside the bottle. So from that particular, when the air is also going inside the bottle, it is also creating some sort of pressure inside the bottle. So instead of going inside the bottle, that paper ball is actually coming out. So this is a effect of pressure we can see. Okay. So this is how things are actually working. Activity 2. In this activity, we will take one transparent plastic bottle. We'll take a glass of hot water. Okay, and these are the list. So let me first of all take all those things in one area.
Mr. Rupesh, you're not audible.
Hello, am I audible right now?
Yeah, you're audible now.
There's some problem with my actually mic. So, okay, I will start the second activity.
Mr. Rupesh, are you trying to? Your camera is probably not on. Yeah, now it's on.
Yeah.
Now it's on. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I was just setting up my things. Okay, so in this experiment, we need to take this kind of plastic bottle, preferably a transparent one. Okay, so we need to have one cup or one glass of hot water so that we can fill it in the bottle. And while performing this, if you are taking a very boiling water, we need to be careful that we should not burn our hand. And in this bottle, I have taken some cold water. You can take normal water, or you can take it from the fridge as well. Okay. So let's start the experiment. First of all, I am going to fill this bottle with some hot water. Then close this one tightly. Then start pouring the cold water. Okay. Now you can check the shape of this bottle. It's almost got deformed. See, it was a good bottle. I didn't while closing this particular cap, I haven't done this kind of impression on the bottle. Okay, but finally this kind of impression happened. So finally, if we are keeping some if we are filling more water in this bottle, hot water, and pouring some if we pour some normal water or cold water preferably, okay, then ultimately the bottle will get crushed in this shape. Okay, so there is a phenomena behind this. So I will just explain that phenomena. The phenomena is when we pour hot water inside the bottle. So what happens? Inside that bottle, we are having hot water, and the air inside the bottle, it is also a warm air. So when we say it is a warm air, definitely it is the air inside that particular bottle, it is lighter. That small molecules will occupy a larger space, but it is basically in all different direction, but the air is lighter. Okay, when we start pouring the cold water, so what will happen? All those air molecules, okay, all those air molecules are becoming condensed. So those air molecules are combining together with they are mixing with each other, and they are getting condensed. So when they are actually condensing, okay, so they are going to occupy less space. So when they are occupying less space, they are creating some sort of empty space. So that's why from a high pressure area, like when we have only hot water inside the bottle, we have a high pressure, like we have a low pressure area. Okay, and when we pour the hot water, okay, so the pressure difference takes place and it creates some empty space there. So that's why the bottle got crushed. Okay, so because of this kind of phenomena only, the air, we can say the wind, all these things are actually blowing in the environment. Okay, I will show one demonstration, or you can say animation of this particular thing as well. How the winds flow. Okay, so basically when we have like different things, like we have land, we have water body, okay, and during daytime the sun rays are getting incident on these things, on the land, on the water bodies. Okay, so during daytime this particular land used to get warmer quickly as compared to the water bodies. Okay, so when we say the land, on top of the land, the air are getting warmer very quickly. So air on top of the land, it is going upward. As you say, as you can see the red arrows, it is the airs are actually going upward. As it becomes lighter, it is going upward. Okay, so when it is going upward, okay, what happens? It is going to create some space. Okay, so when the space, some empty space are created, so if we have some water body near or maybe very far away, not a problem. Okay, so air from a denser, like more dense area, air will try to move and cover that empty space. Okay, so when the air moves from more denser area to a light denser area, so it starts moving. So air is basically started moving in this kind of cyclic manner. Okay, so this is the animation, like when we have like sun during our daytime. Okay, so air basically moves from like a water body, basically a sea, towards the land, and just the opposite happens during the night time. Okay, so during night time, as we know, the land that land mass getting cooler very quickly as compared to the water. So during night time, the air over the water body, it is more lighter. So the opposite cycle will take place, and the air from the land moves toward the sea, water body. So because of this particular phenomena, we have the rotation or movement of air. Okay, and let's get some idea about storm. So why we have storm? Okay, so in summer, basically because of lot of heating activity, okay, so the moistures are actually getting upward. Okay, the air rises along with a lot of moisture. Okay, and when in the summer the moist air is actually from the ocean, it moves towards the land. Okay, so when the sun is actually heating the water body, it is going to evaporate. Okay, so air will also contain some moisture. Okay, and during the summer season, what happens? This air is basically like moving upward, and it is also moving toward the land. And this particular phenomena is called monsoon. Okay, so when we say monsoon, so monsoon winds carry water vapor. Okay, and this water vapor basically touch down the ground in the form of rain. So when that particular water vapor in the form of cloud, it reaches near the land, okay, or maybe when it get struck or get obstructed with some mountains, it causes rain. Okay, So when rains happen in some areas, like when it is the first time rain like happening after a long summer, okay, it basically occurs with some sort of lightning. So rains are associated with lightning. Okay, and when we say rain along with the lightning, together it is called thunderstorm. Okay, so all these activities are basically happens, like we studied about air, we studied about wind, we studied about like storm. All these activities are actually taking in the nature automatically. Okay, and this is basically happening with the phenomena called the heating, differential heating concept. Day and night, so heating will take place during the daytime. Okay, so air from like sea moves towards the land. During night time, on above the sea, the air becomes lighter, so air from the land it moves toward the sea. So this movement of air takes place, and that's why in the nature we are getting this movement of air, and we can like breathe freshly. Okay, so all these things happens. So this is all about today's class. I think you people have learned some concepts about like air, wind, and storm. Okay, and we have done these activities as well. And I hope you will like people can also try this in your home. Like these are very safe experiments. We have all these materials very commonly available. We can perform all these activities. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rupesh, for this wonderful session. And thank you so much for the students. Hopefully you had fun. And now I'd like to hand over the closure session to Ms. Agracia, if you may. Ms. Agracia, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
No, we cannot hear you actually. 1 second. Yeah, can you speak again?
Hello.
Oh yeah. You're audible, but your volume is a bit low, I think.
Alright. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think it's fine. Like, can everyone else hear her properly?
I think your volume is a bit low, Grisha.
Hello, can you hear me now? Hello.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, please go forward.
Alright. First of all, I would like to thank Sir Rupesh who's always been there to help us and Freebird experiences. I don't know why there are I think around 34 students who have registered themselves for today's session, but I'm not sure why aren't they able to join. Maybe it's because of the link or the network connection, but I'm sure they can get access to the whole session through our Facebook page, right? Um, there are only 2 students I can see right now, Keseva and Arita Pala. I don't know if you have any questions you can ask her. You can hear me. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
The students, do you have any questions to ask?
Yeah, students, if you have any question, please ask Ms. Gracia.
No questions.
All right. Thank you, Rich, for doing this, giving us, very informative things regarding the wind, the atmospheric pressure, movement of air, and the other things as well. The activity is fun. I'm sure the students are having fun too. I'll just wind up without, hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello.
Okay, so meanwhile, Mr. Grisha, Mr. Grisha will be joining us soon. So I just want to ask the students, Kesava, if you're there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so do you have any questions for Sir Rupesh? You may kindly ask the question now.
I don't have any questions.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
where are
will
you
you
joining us
try
from?
to do this kind of activity in your home as well? Like whatever I have demonstrated, I will share this PPT presentation to the team so that you can also get access of this one. And I would like you people also to do this kind of activities, and these kind of activities are also mentioned in your NCERT book. Okay, so like I can give my own experience. Like I am also a NCERT book reader during my childhood. Like during our time, we don't have this activity kind of teaching. So it is morely like we go and we basically have to read. Okay, so activity was less during our time, but you people can enjoy a lot. You can read, you can understand through doing a lot of activity. So don't like give up this opportunity. Like follow your NCRT book. So all these kind of activities are also mentioned. You can perform or you can take the help from your mentor. We are also here to help. So thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so thank you everyone for that, for your participation. And I do believe that there was another student here. Aritha Pala, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so very nice to have you joining us. So I know, like right now we have just two students and stuff, but I do believe that most students will be joining us offline when they access this recording, which they'll be accessing this recording over time from one day to another. But for the present time, I thank you so much, Aritha and Kesava, for joining us. I just want to ask you, do you have any questions? How do you find the session just now? Hello.
It was interesting.
It was interesting. Okay. So, like Sir said, again, there'll be more sessions coming up tomorrow and day after tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. For more updates and all, you can check out our Facebook link. Okay. So I do hope that you'll be appearing for this workshop again tomorrow. And if you do have friends who would be interested in this workshop, also kindly let them know. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then right now I'd like to hand it over to Ms. Agresha for the concluding part. However, unfortunately, we have that Ms. Agresha's network is also very bad today. I'm so sorry and apologies. But I think with that, we'll just wind up the session. I would like to thank again Sir Rupesh for giving us this very interactive session. I'd like to also thank Freebirds for hosting the session and for taking care of the technical aspects. I know that tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and the entire month to come, we are going to have lots and lots of fun. So till then, whoever is watching, do stay tuned because we'll be coming up with more activities. And in case you have any doubts, we will address them in our Facebook group, or you can directly, access the phone numbers that were provided in the presentation. Next time, this is it from Innovation. So much, Sir Rupesh, and thank you again, Freebirds.
Yeah, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I hope next time like more students will join and we will have a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. I'm leaving then.